Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Acheron. The room was quiet, except for the soft crackle of the fire. And you lay on the couch, your body frail and tired. Yet, still managing a small smile at Acheron, who was knelt beside you. Her normally sharp, composed demeanor was gone, and you could see her brows being furrowed as she looked at you in worry. You've pushed yourself too hard. You should really rest, she murmured, brushing a strand of hair from your face. Her eyes, usually so guarded, were filled with a raw vulnerability, and you shook your head weakly, your voice merely above a whisper. I don't want to sleep. Not yet. I want to be here, with you. Her jaw tightened, and she looked away briefly, as if trying to compose herself. Don't say things like that, she said, quickly trying to stop that train of thought. We're not going anywhere, all right? You weren't really convinced, and you reached out, your fingers trembling as they brushed against her cheek. Acheron, we both know I am on borrowed time, he whispered, your eyes locking onto hers, and her breath hitched, and for a moment, she seemed entirely frozen. Then she shook her head fiercely, her hands cupping your face, as if her touch alone could anchor you to this world. No, don't talk like that. You're stronger than this. You've always been stronger. Tears slipped from your eyes, but your smile remained. I fought as hard as I could, but I'm tired now, and it's okay. Her hands trembled as they held you, her composure crumbling. You can't leave me. I don't want to lose you. I'm not leaving you. I'll always be with you, Acheron. She pulled you into her arms, holding you tightly as if her embrace could defy the inevitable, as she begged you to stay over and over. But then, as your eyes closed for the last time, her wish would remain unfulfilled, the weight of your absence settling over her, like a storm she could never escape from, and something that would haunt her forever. Amongst the many losses that she had seen, this was definitely something that she'd never be able to forget. Kafka. The room was quiet, save for the faint hum of machinery and your labored breaths. Kafka sat beside you, and as she watched the light in your eyes flicker, she could only do her best to try and stay composed. She was usually better than this, but right now, she wasn't really that good at many things. She could only try to tease you a little bit, trying to lighten the mood and bring a smile to your face. You always loved dramatic endings, didn't you? She teased softly, her voice wavering, sad, despite the attempt at humor. Her hand brushed tenderly against your cheek, her fingertips cool against your favorite skin, and you managed a weak smile, your voice barely audible. I think this one's a bit too dramatic, even for me. Now at that, she let out a soft laugh. But even then, it was still laced with pain. Her hand tightened around yours, her thumb tracing gentle circles over your knuckles. You know, this is far too cruel. I don't want you to leave me. I don't want to leave you either, but it's not up to me. You murmured, your gaze knocking with hers, and you tried to stay strong. You were doing your best, but even you felt like crying. Her lips pressed into a thin line as she fought to maintain her composure. It's not fair at all. I'm not sure what I'll wake up for when you're gone. You swallowed, your throat dry, but you managed to lift a hand, weakly resting it against her cheek. Every moment with you was a moment well spent. This might be selfish of me to say, but I want you to remember me. That's all I really want. Her shoulders trembled as she leaned closer, her forehead pressing gently against yours. Stay a little longer. Just a little longer for me, love. I'm trying. I really am. I love you, alright? Don't forget that. Tears slipped silently down her cheeks as she clung to you, her arms wrapping around you protectively, as if her embrace could anchor you to this world. I love you too. More than anything. She choked out, her words a desperate confession, and your breath grew shallower, your body slowly going slack in her hold. And then came the stillness. Kafka's grip on you tightened, her tears falling freely now, her heart shattering as the weight of your absence consumed her. And the woman who always stayed calm and thrived in chaos was now left adrift, holding on to the one thing that she could no longer save.